toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee, First Bank Stadium, home to the Commodores of Vanderbilt. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the LSU Tigers, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Vanderbilt Commodores. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Commodores will kick it away to start us off. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So LSU's offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. This is a big-time quarterback that we're going to be seeing today, but getting the job done against a defense like this, what words of wisdom do you have for him, Jesse?
Well, I think you've got to prepare like you've never prepared before, and that's one thing he told us. He spent extra time in the film room. He spent extra time on the field after practice all week because I think he understands the challenge that lies ahead of him. He knows this is easily the best defense that they face this year, so we're going to put his skills to the test in this one.
They're going to make it hard, right? There's not going to be any layups. Like most of the time, you know, he's had his way. He's feasted on so many defenses. They're going to make you earn it. They're going to make you go the length of the field. They're going to see if you can be patient. They're going to see how you respond to adversity. So some challenges coming his way for sure.
They'll give it to him again. He steps out of bounds right at the 45-yard line, and now they're starting to put things together. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. The give to the back. Jukes his way for more. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
That's a really nice run. One thing I love about him is he's got versatility. Reminds me of a guy I used to play against back in the day, Kevin Falk. He could catch the ball, he could run the ball, he could block, he returned kicks. He did everything for the LSU Tigers, and this guy, he's got that ability too. So many different tools in his toolbox.
And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Power football with the run. Ripping off a good chunk inside their 25, and they're set up with a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Quickly complete. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Here's the give off the left side. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The Tigers come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to power their way ahead. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Powers forward. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They marched 78 yards down the field and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Vanderbilt Commodores offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Unloads quickly. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. And the Commodores want to pick up the tempo. On third down, he drops the throw. Here comes the heat. Fires to the big fella. Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a third down stop. The Commodores send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
Give to the running back. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Fired in there, but incomplete.
Yeah, a nice job by the defense understanding who their go-to guy is. That's the guy they want to feature. That's the guy they want to feed with good reason. He's a great player, but a great job by the defense taking away that primary read, making sure they don't make a big play.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the tight end. He's got his man across the middle. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Now the play fake. He lets one fly deep, and it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but That thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14.
How many first downs is that just on this drive? We're going to have to get the training staff to give some IVs and get some bananas, and we better stay hydrated because at this rate, the defense is going to play way too many snaps.
Takes the handoff. It's Yoder. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's John. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Off play action on first down. Easy completion on the shuffle. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. And the Commodores come to the line in the hurry-up.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Got his man on the right. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. The Commodores come to the line with a new set of downs.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just...
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Motion from the back. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Commodores will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And that punt will sail out of bounds. Let's see where the officials spot it. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They'll leave it with him. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28. How about that tough, hard-nosed running? Rich legacy of that at LSU. Reminds me of Charles Alexander.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I was a part of that legacy, Reese, on the other side.
Breaks into the open. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it's going to be hard to stop.
To the ground. He's got it again. And he's going to wind up losing a couple of yards as time expires here in the first quarter. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Guys, LSU has the lead here. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. Grabbed in the middle. It's Yoder. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on third and short from the 49. From the gun, wants to pass. On target. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
Stop me when you've heard this before. First down. First down. First down. Just continuing to put first downs together. So far, this defense just can't find any answers.
Still looking on the move. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Yeah, and you're going to see this offense find different ways to get this running back involved. It's not just going to be on handoffs, and they're certainly going to line him up in different places and even throw him the football. But the screen game's a big part of it, too. They're trying to get him going there.
Quickly to the tight end. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
Nice execution by this defense. One of the strengths of this offense is third down. They're really good at it. They were ready. Nice job getting the guy on the ground, forcing the fourth down.
Looking to convert, LSU comes to the line on fourth. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab past the marker. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the fourth down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. Fourth down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big fourth down conversion.
They'll move the wide receiver. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Well, will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Wants to keep it in the air. Makes the grab. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Look, as an offense, you're always going to take completions over incompletions and interceptions. So the offense, they're able to make that third down a little bit more manageable, but honestly, not that much.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. A strike downfield. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
They have been road warriors here in this game, coming into a tough environment, but in all 3 phases, they have been absolutely dominant. Their defense is not allowed a point, and the offense is going up and down the field, and they score another touchdown here before the end of the first half.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. He'll pull it on the read. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Commodores headed quickly to the line.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. The big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases to run through, and it's really helping out this offense.
And the Commodores in a good spot here with 2nd and short. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? 3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Commodores are on the move.
I just love it when my quarterback knows situational football. They run the option. He understands. It's 4th and short. Like, I got to stick my nose in there, get north-south, and try to get that first down. I love when I have a quarterback that can do that.
They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Rides to back and leaves it. Oh, he's got some space. He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Commodores back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. To the air on 1st down. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Out of the gun to give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The Commodores come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know.
Intercepted deep in his own end. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
To the ground with the back. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
2nd down coming up. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Rice. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Unloads it left. Got his man downfield. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Pocket breaking down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Yoder. And the defense. Holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. And you just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
Running back searching for a hole. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Yoder. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Tigers! And they take it in for 6 more points.
You talk about going on the road and making a statement. 27-0. Hostile environment be danged. You talk about home field advantage. Well, it hasn't worked. They have come in and had answers and started this first half as good as you possibly can.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the offense has had enough. They'll take a knee and wrap up this first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Boys, you never quite know what to expect there in Nashville, and we've had a lively first half. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at First Bank Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Loses 3. 3rd down coming up.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on him. He'll pull it down. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Like, they understand it's 3rd down. They understand the situation. They drop back. And I love the defensive back with vision on the quarterback. He sees it, right? He takes off the scramble. He's like, no, no, no. You're not getting this first down. Nice job coming up, making the tackle, and forcing the 4th down.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Fires to the big fella. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Takes the handoff, and he's going right. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Throws to the wideout. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Love the coverage on the back end. The defenders staying right by the receiver in the intended target, and as a result, that ball's incomplete.
Backed up now, here's second and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He's got him this time. He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the first down.
A lot of smiles right now in this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking.
There he goes. Touchdown, LSU. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And when you run these screen plays, you're trying to get your playmaker the ball in space, and what a great job. They get it to the running back, but look at the blocks out in front. Everybody paving the way, creating some space, and then he's got so much speed, he can take care of the rest. Really, really nice screen pass.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. Bringing it back. And the returner goes down. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Reach it, fires complete. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. And the Commodores can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. Grab near the marker. It's Mayer. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28.
At the 28. First down, Commodores.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Here we go.
Looking to throw on first down. Finds a tight end. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. Shut down and shut out in the first half, but finally this offense trying to put something together. The give out of the gun.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Might as well stick with him. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. Got a man. It's Conrad. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
The Commodores with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Off play action. Unloads to the right. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the third quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive. And they've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He's going to have to break out the thunderfoot on this one, a 57-yard attempt. And the try is no good. Hoping to cut into that lead, and they did not. The lead is huge.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but we left some points off the scoreboard there.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Here's the handoff. Got the first down, looking for more. Crosses the 30, he's got to lay it. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, LSU!
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Big one this week in the SEC. Heck, they're all big ones in that conference. Arkansas is just getting blown off the field right now, and it may continue to get worse before it gets better. If it gets better. What a shocker today in Fayetteville. They're trailing by 26 to Tennessee. Implications galore inside the SEC, and we'll circle back if anything big should happen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He'll try it again. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Would they go for a big play on 1st and 10? Give to the back. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Guys, LSU has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. From the gun, running back on the move. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. And the Commodores will try to pin them back with the punt. Let's see what he can do with it. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And a really good job focusing on the catch. A lot of people get lost on their feet and trying to stay in bounds, but did a good job catching the football first and then getting that 1 foot they needed in bounds.
They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He's got an open man. It's a seam wide. Touchdown, Tigers. He got a step and just dusted the field. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Holder finds his man on the left. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Offside, defense.
That's just a mental error. On defense, you got to watch the ball. I understand the quarterback shouting and he's clapping and there's all this crowd noise, but you just got to hone in, watch the football before you come out of your stance.
The give on the inside. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The Commodores with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. He'll keep it himself. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
The offense thought they had a good look to run that play into with the QB, but there's just an example of a defender winning his one-on-one battle and making a tremendous play. Great effort by that guy.
On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. He did not make it. A stone wall on 3rd down. And the Commodores line up to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Catches it cleanly at the 20. He gets a block. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Leaves it with the running back.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
They go to the ground. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
3rd and short now from their own 48. From the gun, wants to pass. Zings it complete to the right. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field.
Hold on.
That penalty cost them a 3rd down conversion, and now they'll have to try it from a little farther away. Offense breaks the huddle. It's 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Dances away. It's complete on the right side. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
Well, this defense has tried to find ways to disguise their coverage and mix it up to try to confuse the QB. It's not working, though. With that last completion, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Fires to the tight end. He didn't make it. They'll have to give up the football, and hope is still alive. Off the play fake on 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there. 3rd and long coming up. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Under fire. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. The Commodores will call on their punt team. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. Well, this is not what the doctor ordered in terms of starting field position. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's good. Makes the tackle at the 22, but it's a 15-yard gain, and now they're in business. On 1st down from their own 22. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Tosses it incomplete.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for him.
The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught near the sticks. It's Harbor. Turning on the Jets. The 10. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
56, Vanderbilt, 0.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Under fire. He's got him. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. And the Commodores will snap it on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying it and have had very little success.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Oh, they're after him. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. The defense will take a timeout. 25 seconds left to play. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Commodores will line up to punt it away. Catches it at the 30. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line.
And the LSU offense will take over. 1st and 10.
They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. Wants to throw on 1st down. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
To the air on 2nd down. Bringing the heat. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays, and they've had a great day so far.
He'll take a deep shot here. Makes a grab down the middle. They're able to make the stop, but a little extra icing on this winning cake in this one. After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote this team off. People might be searching for spots on the bandwagon again now.
Yeah, give this coaching staff a lot of credit too, Reese, because they made a few tweaks and adjustments schematically to their personnel as well, and they've really now seemed to